Following is an excerpt taken from the first of 3 sessions that make up the 7-hour-long Module 5 training course on process piping design. This brief excerpt discusses a small part of the history as to how codes and standards came about. And the final straw, on March 20th, 1905, Grover's Shoe Factory in Brockton, Massachusetts, about 25 miles south of Boston, was completely demolished when an old boiler that was temporarily placed back in service exploded. The wooden structure collapsed in on itself, then burned, incinerating workers that may have otherwise survived if not for the fire. Taken from a rooftop across the street, this aftermath photo clearly shows the devastation. The initial damage caused by the exploding boiler and falling water tank was confined in a large degree to the northwest corner of the factory where the boiler was located. The smokestack marks the location. The ensuing fire is what completely decimated the factory, with flames jumping across the street to inflame the hardware store and rooming house. Of the 300 plus people that were reportedly inside the factory at the time, 100 made it out safely. 58 were killed and approximately 142 people injured. Part of the boiler shown here landed just outside the house of Miss Mary Pratt, approximately 1 football field from the explosion site. The crowded garment factory floors were a dangerous place to work. Drive belts flapping as they turned equipment right next to the operators, and no safety shutoff switch. This was all made more hazardous due to the faulty engineering and construction of boilers that were housed in close proximity to the factory floor. This graph charts the number of boiler explosions, the red line, over time in conjunction with the increase in boiler operating pressures, blue line. Boiler explosion peaked out at about 400 in 1900. This correlates with the increased use of boilers in manufacturing without the benefit of standardization in engineering and fabrication. As the first boiler code was issued in 1915, and with welding becoming more widely used due to the demand for ship repair and building during World War I, you can see the steady decline in the number of boiler explosions that took place from 1900 on. And keep in mind that early boiler and pressure vessel fabrication was done with rivets, not by welding. Forms of welding were being developed during the first decade of the 1900s, but it was not developed sufficiently for practical use until about 1915 and 1919. 1919 is when the American Welding Society was founded. This marks the end of this excerpt. For more information on the complete course, please contact us at courses@wmhuittco.com. In the subject line, enter request info on the Module 5 Piping Design course. Thanks for watching.